As a hypnotist, your confidence has everything to do with how successful your client will be. Think about it. The reason people will reach out to you for personal change is because they feel as if there's something missing in their life. They don't yet have the ability to let go of a habit on their own. They're not yet able to release a fear on their own. They don't yet believe they can make a specific change in their life on their own. And as I say to my hypnosis clients, it's not that you're unable to change. No, it's just that you're not yet able to do it on your own. At least not yet. And here's the thing, whether they say it or not, confidence is always part of the change process. And if you are not yet demonstrating the appropriate level of confidence in how you speak to your client, or even in how you do hypnosis, how certain are you that they're going to create a change? Speaking of hypnosis, in the classic book, Hypnotherapy by Dave Ellman, Mr. Ellman said that in hypnosis, confidence is the coin of the realm. Now, that's important for two reasons. One, none of us could have ever known that Dave Ellman, a godfather of modern hypnosis, spoke as if he was a character in The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings. Coin of the realm, my precious. And second, he nailed it, because if you're not yet confident in how you put together the pieces of the hypnotic puzzle, from how to properly do an intake, to what induction to use, what change methods will work, and most importantly, how to 100% know what you're doing is absolutely going to help your client. Without the confidence in knowing how to do all of that, how well do you think the hypnosis process is going to go? And even more, we are in an unprecedented moment in the history of hypnosis. Advances in neuroscience and clinical research continue to prove just how effective the work of hypnosis and hypnotherapy can be. Belief is no longer a factor. We have the research to prove what we do absolutely works. Every day, there are positive stories in the news of celebrities and other famous people talking about how hypnosis has changed their lives. I mean, Katy Perry mentions hypnosis in like 2 of her songs. We're practically mainstream now, right? However, here's the turning point. I recently conducted a survey of more than 10,000 hypnotists around the world. You know how I talked about research? Do you know how I talked about collecting data? Well, I learned something that even surprised me. It turns out that many people are still struggling with the confidence to do hypnosis online. The biggest problems this community faces? What techniques do I use? How do you suggest online hypnosis if they kind of expect to meet in person? Hey, I can't afford an office. How do I deal with interruptions that might happen? I don't trust computers. Technology will be the ruination of us all. So here's what's up. I'll tell you my story in a moment because I've been doing hypnosis and hypnotherapy online since even before the technology was ready for it. And to help you solve these problems, I'm inviting you to join me for a special program. Do Hypnosis Anywhere, the 5-day challenge for confident online hypnosis. I'm going to help you take the guesswork out of creating hypnotic change online. What techniques to use, how to modify the process, and the exact strategies I've tested for you so that online hypnosis can be just as effective as doing it in person when done properly, and how online hypnosis can become even more effective. If you're brand new to hypnosis, this event is designed to help you to take action immediately. I'm going to help you to get up and running even faster by teaching you the specifics of what's working right now in my professional hypnosis sessions. And hey, if you're already working as a hypnotist, awesome! The more experience you have, the more you realize that small hinges swing big doors. Even some of the most subtle strategies I'm going to share with you can create a massive impact in your effectiveness, not only as a practitioner of hypnosis, but also as a business owner booking more clients. Do Hypnosis Anywhere, the 5-day challenge for confident online hypnosis. 5 days of interactive training, 5 days of specific action steps, 5 days to get your questions answered. Measurable success in a surprisingly short amount of time. Lifetime access to all the videos and downloadable resources, so even if you can't be there live as it happens, you will have every ability to win, creating more confidence in your hypnotic work online. All this for just $27. Really, just $27. And it's a no-risk $27. Check below to see how there's a money-back guarantee on this event. You've got nothing to lose. Instead, you will gain the ability to confidently help people on a global scale. By the way, hi. It's good to meet you too. I'm Jason Linett. Gather round, kids, it's story time. Hypnosis had been a hobby of mine since 2001, and a few years later, it soon became the #1 source of my income. I've successfully not had a real job for about 15 years. My career spanned everything from doing stage hypnosis to corporate wellness programs, keynote speaking to self-hypnosis in synagogues. Mazel tov! I soon opened an office seeing private clients in person, and when my only focus was working with one-to-one clients in my office, I was averaging 25 to 35 clients a week. The best problems in life are the problems you create yourself. Business was booming, and I took the risk of moving my office and nearly tripling the monthly rental expense of a new location. That office soon became a professional training center known around the world. That office, which I opened back in 2013, had multiple practitioner rooms and a full classroom. Though remember, do hypnosis anywhere. I was already seeing a good amount of my clients online. Back then, I was in Alexandria, Virginia. That's the Washington, D.C. metro area. That's a major melting pot of people from all around the world. I'd successfully help a local client release a fear. He'd ask if I could help his mother. I'd say yes. And then he'd say she lives in Anchorage, Alaska. That's only 4,000 miles away. She and I would connect on Skype. Yes, most of us use Zoom now, but Skype was our best choice back then. And then thanks to the hypnotic strategies, for this specific person whose story I'm telling you, she rapidly changed her eating habits with hypnosis. Think about that. We didn't sit in the same room. Modern technology brought us together. I didn't have to make her drive 4,000 miles to my office. Our only option was to meet online, and the experience changed her life. I've kept up with this family. Nearly a decade later, they're all still living a life, holding on to the changes I helped them to make, even if they were online. And already, the business was growing worldwide and creating impact on a global scale. If you've heard me talk about business, you've heard me talk about systems. I had successfully systematized the process of bringing in new clients. That opened up my time to new projects. In 2014, I launched the Work Smart Hypnosis podcast. Around 8 years later, and 400 episodes later, this online radio show continues to be a voice for the professional hypnotist in our industry. That's when the unpredictable happened. The general public started to find this program, and they listened to a few episodes, and soon they became my clients too. To this day, it's always a funny interaction. Hey, I found your program online. It's really fascinating. I'm not the audience, am I? Can you really hypnotize me to get over my fear of... Moving forward, I maintained a steady pace of clients. Like the mom in Alaska story, many of them worked with me online. Unlike the mom in Alaska story, some of my local clients chose to meet online rather than drive to my office. Have you ever tried to drive a car in Washington, D.C.? No wonder there's so many angry politicians. I continue to teach the hypnosis profession through my Work Smart principles to streamline change, create reliable success, and grow your business, which led to incredible honors like getting awards and giving the featured keynote at several of the world's largest hypnotherapy conferences. 2019 was the year of go big or go home. I stopped renting an office. Instead, I bought one. It was more than a $300,000 investment to purchase and renovate the location into a state-of-the-art, learning with more practitioner rooms to see more clients. It's at this point in the story, there's two things you need to know. One, do not make the mistake of thinking, wow, Jason's really impressive, but I can't do any of that. I know it's easy to hear my story and think it's an impossible journey, especially for those of you just starting out. No, I didn't give you the resume to put myself up on some kind of a pedestal to be admired. Everything I've done can be broken down to some surprisingly simple step-by-step strategies. Yes, I've put a lot of energy and intention into what I do, because I don't work hard. I work smart.
Welcome to the Work Smart Hypnosis podcast with Jason Linett.
So point number one, I don't tell you my story to impress you. However, number two, remember that big office that was purchased in 2019? Remember go big or go home? In 2019, I went big. In 2020, we all had to go home. The world stopped. Countries went into lockdown. Societies became viral with fear, and viral with a virus. There was panic all over the internet, as hypnotists couldn't safely bring the general public into their offices. However, I was ready. I had already built the skills of seeing clients online. I had already figured out how to make the techniques adapt through webcams. I had already figured out the right conversational chain structure to never let a client 4,000 miles away think the process would be any less effective because they couldn't come sit in my fancy office chair. And many of you might be surprised to learn, in one of the worst economies the world has ever seen, business grew. Sales went up. And remember, when you're selling something from an ethical angle, you're only ever creating the sale when you're truly solving a problem for somebody. With that focus, 0 clients canceled. 0 people requested refunds to my events. Not a single person asked. How? Because I had cracked the code of how to explain the value of online hypnosis. And because I did the guessing and testing for you on how to consistently deliver on my promises. Think about it. What if you knew how to reach people when everything else in the world seemed to be stacked up against you? What would happen differently when, despite all the negativity and cynicism in the news and in this world, your potential clients could see you confidently as a pathway to positive change and transformational results? What if a few simple changes to how you do hypnosis could make it just as effective, perhaps even more effective, without your clients ever having to leave their homes? And what if you could do it even better, without ever having to leave your home? The office I purchased in 2019, I put it up for rent. The business I put my blood, sweat, and tears into growing, I closed the doors. The home I had purchased for my family, we sold it. In 2021, we decided to break the tradition of work your butt off until you're old and then have a few years of retirement to relax, to leave the rat race of Washington, D.C. and move to Orlando, Florida. Seriously, we live on vacation now. Today, I see all of my clients online. I teach my classes online. I support the communities I've built online. I'm sitting in my home office right now. My bedroom is the other side of that wall. My kitchen is the other side of that door. I still see a ton of clients. I'm still working as a hypnotist. However, I get to spend more time with my family. I get to ride bikes with my kids to school each morning. And yes, I make my living wearing my almost trademarked purple shirt. And yes, I'm wearing swim trunks. Because the number one benefit no one else talks about when it comes to doing online hypnosis is that you don't have to wear real pants. I've taken the time to tell you my story because there's something dangerous creeping into our hypnosis profession. It's never been easier for the fake expert to pop up and try to promise you the world and then just take your money. They don't have the experience that I do. Some of them couldn't make it getting their own clients. It's kind of shocking that others didn't try. they just jumped from being the student to immediately teaching classes, that's dangerous. That's disrespectful to you. The difference here, I've done the work. I've done the things many of you want to do. That's the number one reason. You need to take just 5 more minutes right now and sign up for Do Hypnosis Anywhere, the 5-day challenge for confident online hypnosis. What's unique about this event? 100% of it has been tested through the absolutely necessary filters of doing the work of professional hypnosis. 100% of it comes from real-world experience, not just in the thousands of sessions I've done, but in the tens of thousands of sessions my students have done in their work. I've made it work for me. I've also made it work for others, just like you. 100% of it has been figured out by making every embarrassing mistake your twisted imagination can ponder, so you don't have to figure this stuff out on your own. And my number one promise to you, my personal goal, is to give you 100 times the value for spending this time with me. The reality is I've given away more free content, more free training on the web than most anyone in this hypnosis industry might ever sell. There are literally thousands of hours of my podcast available on the internet for anyone to find. For this event, the Do Hypnosis Anywhere 5-day challenge for confident online hypnosis, it takes a production team to properly pull this off and make sure every one of you gets the entire experience archived in a lifetime access library, even if you can't be there live. That's why, yes, it is a paid event. However, we've made it an absolutely easy investment of just $27. And again, check below for the money-back guarantee. 5 days, 1 hour a day, specific actionable tasks, the momentum to make it happen, the confidence you're looking for, a community to support you, all for just $27. You owe it to your clients to build massive confidence helping them with hypnosis. You owe it to your clients to overcome the barriers of physical distance through some surprisingly easy technology. You owe it to your clients to become world-class at your flexibility to adapt hypnotic change methods. You owe it to your clients. See you there. You're not a distraction. You're a good puppy. Yeah, you can do hypnosis anywhere. Yes, you can.